starting this game off. So before I go any further, I just want to let you guys know it's me and my brother here both taking a look at this game. He's a damn good player. He's not quite diamond yet, but he's going to have some good input for us. Your comp, you're running Yasuo, Gragas, Zyra, Malphite, Corki. Okay, so this one's specifically designed to get the Yasuo ahead and have some damage. Your good front line between Malphite and Gragas is going to be nice. It's interesting you picked Corki into this, because I would argue that Corki is more of a mid-game power spike champion. Whereas your comp in particular excels, well, I was gonna say late game, but actually I take that back. You know, you guys have a bit of a mid-game power spike. I'm not sure if you attempted to have something built around that, or if you just picked champions you liked. But either way, I like the fact you went Gragas, Malphite, and Zyra to account for the fact you had an AD mid laner. Their comp is just a straight solo queue comp. Yeah, there really isn't much else to say about that. I mean, they took Zed mid, so they went Vlad top to account for the AD loss, and then Evelyn's for the early snowball and Vayne's for the late game carry. Same goes for Vlad. So I mean, they've got some weird synergy going here, but overall this is just a straight solo queue. So let's see how this actually plays out. I know you guys haven't seen my feedback from the other video before playing this game, obviously, since you played them back to back. But again, level 1 warding. Okay, Mr. R is obviously getting some vision down here, but against Evelyn, you need people in a position like right here, so that when she walks into your jungle like this, you know they're there. Okay, so either Yasuo or Corki or Zyra should be right here in this bush, so that this does not happen. Because, yeah, I mean, I doubt they do anything with this. Like, I highly doubt they 3-man invade and do anything funky. But if they wanted to, they could have 5-man stacked this bush and come down and killed you at, like, Krugs, or at least force some summoners. So again, level 1 vision, I'm glad you guys have this ward down. That's important. But against an Evelyn, more important to get bodily positions that can see stuff coming at you. Someone in this bush here, right here. Someone in this bush here would have been much nicer. Also, I should point out, my cursor is lagging by like half a second, so I'm going to try to like do things a little slower. Okay, and they actually are doing the invade here. So again, body blocking this bush to prevent this from happening.
I honestly think that needs to be bot lane.
Yeah.
Seeing as Malphite's starting blue, and Yasuo needs to cover top river bush like Sean pointed before. So either Mr. R or Corki, I would say both of them need to be up there in that mid bush.
I would argue one here, just because you get some shenanigans in solo queue later. But yeah, you losing your red here isn't good, especially since it could have been very easily prevented. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. Well, I mean, again, you guys doing your Krugs, I personally disagree with you on these. But I would discuss why in my video, so we're not going to go into detail there. So just like last time, I'm going to observe the mid lane, and then we're going to observe the bot lane, and then top, and then jungle. So right now we're just solo observing Kai, unless this thing wants to fly all over the place. So, Yasuo Zed matchup. Seriously, how do I get to just lock on Kai? I thought double click was good. Now it's gonna make me annoyed. So, okay. What it boils down to is, in this particular matchup, in the early game, it's all about like who lands their Qs. I mean, there really isn't much to talk about here. I'm assuming you're maxing your E pile. It's a really nice all-in. Yeah, you're level 1 and level 2. If he's actually dumb enough to go on your side of the minion line, that is exactly what you want to do. So I'm actually really glad you all ended it. Yeah, you got it. This is just
great play.
Yeah, this is just a dumpster in the mid lane.
That was a really great play.
Yeah.
Let's go see what happened top.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to see what happened top because we're going to watch that later. I'm going to watch only mid lane and then we'll start.
Okay.
I should have told you.
So like, take you 2 hours.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, Kai, I might stop watching your lane because, like, at this point, with that sort of a lead on his head, you should be dumpstering him hardcore. So, yeah, good job pushing the wave into the turret. Okay, he's not going to be able to push it back to you in time. Now, one thing I want to highlight from what you just did is he walked on your side of the minion line. As Yasuo, level 1 and level 2, you should absolutely out-trade him super hard there. I mean, unless he lands some pretty bonkers crap. In fact, he might have been, I should have looked, he might have been level 1 when you did that. No, he was level 2. So, even though you're even in levels like Yasuo between auto Q, E, auto Q, I mean, you're just going to out-trade him every single freaking time, especially if you get some lucky kills. So, there might not be any reason. Oh, did you pink it? Okay, hey. I like you put your pink here. Ideally, though, the pink is in this bush or this bush, the defensive one. Okay, if Evelyn's going to be trying to counter jungling, this is where your pink would be. Or in this position. Personally, as a mid laner, if I'm going to pink anything, I'm going to pink this bush right here, right on the edge, because you'll be able to see her walking past here, right? You'll see her if she's doing scuttle on this side of the river. If you're feeling ballsy, obviously this bush is even better because, I mean, it'll see the entire river area, but it's nice. And if you're feeling extra ballsy, right, and you know Evelyn's path, if you think she's being more of a aggressive jungler on her side of the jungle, you put the pink up in here. So a couple more options. This spot is fine because there are a lot of Evelyns that come up behind here. So really, I have to admit, this is fine. Like, those other positions I talked about aren't better than this spot. They're just a little more defensive. It really does depend on how Evelyn's ganking. If you get ganked twice from, like, this bush, then obviously you'd prioritize getting a pink on this side, right? But that's something to keep in mind at that point. Kai, you're probably just going to jump through this game. Don't miss the edge. So let's talk about that. You died because of these minions. That's the only reason you died. Also, you didn't have Ignite, and he did. Okay, so you had a big lead. What was your item advantage? You had an Avarice Blade. So if you went back and you bought a purely offensive item, maybe you get away with that. But obviously, Avarice Blade's only giving you crit strike. You are absolutely correct in buying the Avarice Blade first. But he has 2 longswords, right? He was an even level with you. I think he was an even level with you. No, he was a level down. But he had a cannon minion shooting you. Dude, this can't click on the cannon. Oh, yes, I can. Dude, 43 damage per attack from a cannon minion is huge, right? If it gets 3 or 4 autos off on you, the fact that he's doing 150 plus damage in a trade like that, when both of you only have like sub 900, is so huge. Not to mention the fact that, you know, he's got Ignite doing 150 true damage over you not having your summoner spell up, right? So not a good all-in from you. You were just feeling really confident there because you carried the shit out of last game. Yeah, you carried the crap out of last game. So you're feeling ballsy. And, you know, it's okay to make plays like that, but you had these minions shooting you. Something to keep in mind. Now he's going to push it in. That's what it is. Make sure to see what happened bot lane later. Oh, Graga's covering mid. Zed laughing, or you come back and dumpster again. And I do expect you to dumpster him. I also hate spectator mode. So Graga's giving him the business. Oh, close range. Okay, I gotta respect that. That was a good try. I would have left him your Oh my lord. How do I just get a stick on you, guy? So, again, kind of boring. Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, let's watch that again. As soon as you missed the knockup, that was pretty much over, but we're going to watch it again from the beginning. Got 30 seconds back. Yeah, normal speed. Alright. So let's actually check this out. Alright, one thing to point out here is, I mean, the other lane should see it, but if Evelyn is holding mid, you absolutely make that 100% clear to everybody. You shout that out, right? Because, you know, having vision on Evelyn is huge. If you spot her on a pink ward for even a second, you make sure everyone knows, because that's going to change how every lane should be playing their matchups, right? Alright, so here we go. What actually goes down here? So you hit 6 here in the middle of the fight. If you knew you were going to hit 6 and chose to fight him anyway, that's you making a ballsy play. However, after he landed the double Q on you and had this big of an HP advantage, if you were not going to land, like, it all came down to whether or not you landed your knockup, basically, dude. Against a good Zed player, if he already has this big of an HP lead on you, right, when you landed your Q and he still has a huge HP lead on you, you're not going to be able to beat him in 1v1. I mean, you do have Ignite up, so there's a chance of it, but he has this bit of HP on you. If he's a decent Zed, which you should train against playing against good Zeds, they'll ult to dodge your knockup. So you're never going to actually get your ult off against a decent Zed. So again, with this much of an HP discrepancy, I wouldn't be all-inning him here, especially since he just killed you. Back up a little bit, yeah. Basically, as soon as you missed that, the guy knew he could kill you. Yeah?
It's a win. If you go back, you see, I don't know what he did with his win wall.
Yeah. Well, I guess the win wall is a little late blocking the Qs. That's something to keep in mind. Like, I don't need to tell you to use the win wall block the Qs. Next time, you just got to be able to. So, honestly, I have to point something out here. I like the fact you went back toward the minion line, because you knew, okay, if I just walk this way, he'll definitely be able to close the distance and kill me. Alright, so you kind of assume that maybe he wouldn't think to go back to his shadow. I'm assuming that's your logic here. You're like, alright, I'm going to go toward the mini line. Maybe I'll be able to dash through them and escape. Probably your best option. Yeah, he dashed back to the shadow and killed you, but that was most likely your best chance of escape. Okay? Maybe you walk this way and you get away, but I think that was your best bet, so good try there. Good job picking Evelyn there. I don't know who did, but you did. Nice work. Kai, you are super late coming back to lane right now. Yeah, good job pressuring him right when you come back to lane. The fact that he was low in HP when you got there, yeah, just shove his butt out of there. Move along. Especially since you just had vision on Evelyn, so you knew where she was at. Really quick, I'm going to see if there is interface visibility. Change team fog of war. Toggle directed camera. Oh my god. Okay, my life just got so much easier. Sorry I didn't do that earlier. So now I'll be able to follow him with the camera and wouldn't be other places. Are you going to do what I said to do? No, you're going to roam. Okay. This is nice. You push the wave into the turret and you immediately roamed. Alright, nice work. Okay, this ward is nice, I guess, about showing if Zed is going to roam top, but realistically, is this going to show anything? I mean, other than Zed roaming up in a really awkward way. If Zed roams top, it's going to be through this river. It's not going to be through this spot. And Evelyn's never going to show herself. So here, Kai, if you're coming up through this spot, right, and you want to ward something, drop the ward over onto her red or onto the Krugs. Because if she's doing Krugs or doing red, her using abilities will make herself visible. So the ward will actually see her, right? This ward will never actually see Evelyn. The only thing it'll ever be good for is maybe seeing Zed. Okay? Oh, I like you came. Okay, so you came top, expecting to maybe get on top of Vlad. Alright. 2v1 here is great. One thing I want to point out is I'll look at what Gragas is doing when I look at the jungle video. But if you're gonna roam top and make the decision to not stay there and make the fight, you need to turn around earlier and come back down. And if you're gonna roam like that and Gragas is in the area and you're not gonna do a two-man gank, he needs to be covering mid. Okay, so call for him to cover mid if you're gonna roam like that, okay?
Blue team double kill.
Good job, bot lane, whatever you just did. Okay. So Zed, alright, so one thing I want to point out. When you're even or behind on a mid lane matchup like this, is a double AD melee, really in most matchups like this, a roam like that can really hurt you, okay, if it doesn't pay off. Obviously it did in this case, that's common knowledge, I don't need to tell you that. But now you have to play defensively. If he's any good, you're never going to be able to 1v1 him, right? Your central focus right now should be to call out when Zed roams, potentially get a good roam off on yourself, and farm as much as you can mid, if you're both there. That's really all I have to say about that. You're behind at this point. So unless he roams and dies, or roams and gets nothing out of it, and you catch up in XP and CS, and have an item advantage, which you don't right now, you should not be trying to fight him. And I don't know if you do or not, but it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so push him mid. Assuming you called Zed in with my egg. But you guys got the shutdown, so it's all good. Good job pushing mid here. Immediately cue the mini wave to get your potential knockup so you can push the wave faster. Oh, I thought she was going. Yeah, at this point you should be pushing the wave as hard as you can, and you should keep a timer on when you know Zed's going to be back. It looks like you have a decent idea of when he's going to be back, so you're kind of pulling back a little bit. Alright, so this puts you in a rough spot. At this point you have to ask the jungler to come cover for you. Now he can't because he's low, but you need to tell him to back and then immediately come cover for you, because you will die to Zed in this scenario most of the time if he's good. Because he's still, look, he has a Bilgewater Cutlass, a Brutalizer, and a Dagger. You have an Avarice Blade and a Dagger. He will wreck your day. Yeah? And he's going to be able to dive you in a tower if you get unlucky and take some poke from him. Or no dodges cure or whatever. So ideally, here's what you would have done. When you were pushing mid, right, when you're pushing mid, and Zed died, bot, in your brain you should be thinking, okay, when Zed spawns and starts walking to mid, that is the point I should be backing at. So you want to push a wave into the turret, and in your brain you're like, okay, Zed should be walking back to lane right now. I pushed this wave into the turret. I need to back immediately because you do not want to be in a situation like this where Zed is way above you in strength. Your jungler can't cover because he's low, and you have to either A, suck it up and try to survive until the jungler gets back to cover for you, or B, make a miracle happen, right? And it's just probably not going to happen. And luckily for you, he's not trying anything crazy. If he wanted to be, he could just be, oh my god, stop. Yo, absolutely should not be fighting him. I'm not sure why you did that, to be honest with you. Yeah, you were way behind in any sort of damage. So, honestly, testing your limits, it's great, but you knew going into that you're probably
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
As soon as he kills that turret, you watch what direction he walks so you can call out a potential roam. Because you know he's going to roam as soon as he kills that turret. Roam or back anyway. And honestly, your first thought should be, okay, if he backs, no big deal. If he roams, though, I need to make sure people know where they're at. Pushing down top turret. Yeah. I know it might be instinctive for you to go try to help them, these other lanes, when Zed's there. No. You know mid's low. Yeah, they might take top. Think of it as you trading mid for top. Okay, so push mid it as hard as you can, which I think is what you're going to do. Take that turret and then try to make the plays in the other lane. Especially since bot lane is so far ahead. You shouldn't be trying to make anything crazy happen.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Just keep pushing. If you see, so these guys disappearing, I think you're going to kill Evelyn here, so my point is a little mute. But with these guys disappearing and recognizing their low health, you know they're backing, alright? So you pushing this turret is a really good call. I really like that you did this, especially since bot lane's coming up. Ryan, your thoughts right now should be, okay, I'm going to push this turret as much as I can, but I need to keep in mind when Zed's probably going to be back to mid. Because as soon as Zed gets back to mid, if he actually wanted to all-in you here, he could probably kill you even with your Valkyrie being off cooldown. Or exhaust up on Janna, or Zyra. So good job making the dive there. That was a very nice dive. Good job making the push. At this point, again, you should be thinking, okay, timer-wise, when are they coming back to mid? When should we be back to mid? He actually took longer than I expected him to.
Right,
I know.
There's no way they should be doing Dragon.
Right. Yeah. If you're thinking of doing Dragon, you should not be. Especially since Mr. R is nowhere close, and you need your support provision there. I hope you guys aren't thinking of doing Dragon. If you are, that's a big mistake. As soon as you took that mid tower, you should have backed off and backed. Backed somewhere back here. Then rotated bot. Okay? Now, luckily, Joey's looks like he's going to cover bot, which is good because you need someone down there to soak up this huge wave. One thing I want to mention is that one thing I talked about last video is wave management a little bit, I think I mentioned. You should always have someone soaking up the XP and gold from a wave, right? Whether it's the jungler covering you after you lost a fight or you died, you gotta have somebody there. Even if it's like the support roaming mid to pick up a wave that's hitting a tower while a fight breaks out, okay? As long as you're not putting yourself in a completely horrible position, a wave hitting a tower should have somebody covering it, yeah? So it's something to mention. Okay, so you guys are making the plays and you're trying to catch this vein. I like it. I really don't have anything else to say about that, as long as you kept an eye on where Zed was. It's a little ballsy because you don't know where Thresh was. Thresh has been Mia for a while, so he could be here to help. And you don't know where Evelyn is. You haven't seen Evelyn for a while. So she could be there to help. So this is a ballsy play. You're kind of taking a chance. You're like, okay, like we're going to assume Evelyn's not in a position to help, and we're going to assume that Thresh and Vayne are not going to be able to take us in a 3v2. Pretty good assumptions. It's just it's a slight risk. Slight risk. Just keep in the back of your minds, if Evelyn shows up, we might have to disengage this very quickly. But it's a good play. I like it. Obviously, Thresh just cancels her out. Whatever. Here's why I think you should have backed. You have a big health disadvantage here. Zed has a big item advantage over you. And a level advantage. Okay, he's got... What does he have? He's a finished Blade of the Rune King. You finished Stack Shift, so you're doing good here. But he still has the item and strength advantage over you. You guys being... Ryan especially being low on HP makes this fight very difficult for you. Very difficult. Because if Zed gets anywhere near him, you know it's going to be a huge problem. So like I said earlier, if you guys were thinking about doing Dragon, as soon as you took that mid turret, that is when you should have backed. Immediately. then try to get some positioning around the Dragon Pit. Mr. R did a good job with, I'm not sure who else helped him, but there's some wards up and through here. This is a good job getting vision down. One thing I do want to point out is that there's only one pink ward on the map. Against an Evelyn, there should be at least 4 up. 3 minimum, because I know sometimes someone get killed off very early, but there's no reason you shouldn't have 3 pink wards up at all times. Ideally, having 5 pink wards up at all times. Okay. Trying to hard gauge on his Zed there with 2 full HP people. Good call. You would just have to recognize that if he wanted to all-in Zyra and kill her, he probably would have been able to. Slow this down, actually. I want to think about posturing here. Okay. I'll talk about this fight later. Knowing that Vlad has TP and Malphite does not makes this super risky, this fight you just attempted. Because if Vlad TP's in behind you now, I know you don't know if there's any wards behind you, but if Vlad TP'd into this fight, I mean, already Gragas is way ahead of everybody else. And what tank items does he have? I think he has his Cinderhawk already. No. Oh, he went Runeglaive. Oh, this is very, 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 very ballsy. If you knew all 3 of them were here, I'm assuming you knew all 3 of them were here, and that's why you did this. But this is extremely aggressive. I think maybe if your team had positioned further up the ramp, or maybe if they knew you were going to do this, like if you told them, guys, I'm going over the wall, like get ready to flash after me. Maybe then I can see it being good. But unless you land the perfect ult here and Yasuo can ult in, this is a little too risky. Granted, maybe I'm about to see you make a great play and ult all 3 of them, and Yasuo is going to ult all 3 of them and burst them down. If that happens, great. But if that's not your plan, I think this is a little bit too risky. At the end of the day, Evelyn got bursted out. Thresh was in no sort of position to help with that. I'm gonna watch this play. I'm gonna watch this play. Because you guys won that super easily, and I'm not entirely sure why you won so easily.
Because it was actually after the engage. I don't know why, but let me tell you something. With that engage by Gragas, if they had decided to turn on you as soon as you engage, you're dead. But Vayne is the only one who keeps attacking, which really you got lucky that she was the only one. Everybody else. It also helps that it has to do at
Yeah. Okay, so this engage on Eve was pretty good in my opinion. A little risky not knowing what was going on over here. I think if this hook had landed on Corki, you guys were in huge trouble. If this hook, I mean, considering she already has 2 Soul Blitz stacks in here. So look, I want to point some stuff out. At this point, okay, you had a good engage on Evelyn. It was risky, but it works out because they don't land the hook. This whole fight, a lot of chance went your way. Okay, a lot of chance went your way. Okay, I'm gonna watch the rest of it and talk about it a little bit.
Right here when he engages. I would. Right there.
Yeah. So
watch.
Stress plays.
Get snared. Everybody turns around. I was honestly lucky.
I mean,
I don't know why. I don't know why they would turn and run.
Look, ideally, so look, this worked out as well as it could have for you guys. Evelyn goes in on Corki, Zyra all picks something up. Corki's gonna die.
I wanna say something about that too, Ryan. You should not be ahead of Mr. R or even Kai, just because seeing as Kai had the health advantage compared to you. You need to be trying to get vision from over the wall. Go down to the.
Go down where?
Here.
You go ahead.
So you need to be down here, as you could be shooting over this wall here.
Yeah, with this low health.
And you could be doing massive damage with the type of burst that has. And then as soon as it's time, like say Zed goes in on you or something like that, Valkyrie over into the middle of your teammates. Or if you got somebody low and you can burst them down, Valkyrie over then. Instead of being up here, especially knowing that Eve was just over here, and knowing the type of ult that Zed has to close distance. You should never be in front of Mr. R or Kai, in my opinion, just since Kai had the higher health. You should be positioned here, shooting your ult over the wall.
Yeah. I totally agree with everything Mike just said. He's got a lot more experience on AD carry than I do for sure. But look, so a few things went in your favor here. Thresh pull missed. If it had landed, Corki would have gotten blown up. Gragas doesn't get bursted down at the start of that fight. Right? They had iffy positioning. You guys had slightly iffy positioning. Whatever. I wanna highlight something. I think in terms of how the fight broke out and how you guys handled it after it broke out, it was very good. It was very good. Corki slightly mispositioned over here, but I think it's because you're just feeling really aggressive this game. I mean, you were really strong. You had 2 kills. You were 2-1 going into that. You had your core items. You were farming fairly well. You're feeling
3-1.
Yeah. No, because he didn't get a kill on that. Oh, he was 3-1. So you were feeling really strong going into that. So I think that was just you feeling really aggressive. But when you're that low of health, you want to try to get most of your damage in via missiles until most of the damage threats are negated. So, going back to what I was saying earlier, ideally this dragon fight would have been you guys backed after that turret, then you come to dragon, and don't get me wrong, they could have rushed it down before you came back. If they did that, okay, this is you taking the safer play, right? You all re-emerge in this spot. You help Zyra get deep wards before you start the dragon, and if they're gonna try to fight, you wait until they come out of this funnel and then you engage on them. If they're trying to pick a fight coming out of this position, Zyra ult, not to mention the fact she can stun in here, or a Gragas barrel, or whatever, this whole position is suicide for them. If they come down this ramp, they're done. And if Zed's going to try to use a shadow to come over the wall or something, 1, he's burning a lot of energy. 2, he doesn't have half his combo available anymore. So, realistically speaking, I like the aggressive play. I think it could have backfired. I'm just highlighting that the safer play would have been to just do dragon. If they want to fight, let them come down that ramp and then blow them up with your full combos.
Especially since you just forced Evelyn to flash right there, and her ult was down.
Absolutely.
And having your ult still up, both the Zyra ult and the Gragas ult, that would have been the safer way to go.
Yep, absolutely.
But it worked out for you guys.
Yeah, once you decide you're engaging, you guys did the best engage you could do. The Zyra ult was very nice, especially since it picked up the kill in Vayne. I don't know, did Gragas even use ult? I didn't even see, I guess he did at some point. I missed it. But I don't think Zed got to use his either. Yeah, Zed didn't get to use his ult.
He ulted the tri-bush.
Gotcha. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Gotcha. End of the day, you guys played the rest of that fight out. I just wanted to mention that I think the safer play was to go for the safe dragon there.
You should not be chasing Joey.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot he's AP.
Know.
No, he's AP.
Oh, that's right.
He's AP and Zed. So let's look at.
I'm surprised Zed couldn't just turn on you.
I'm gonna watch that actually, because I'm sure I thought Zed had full energy, but I don't think he actually did. I guess let's speed up. Blah 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 blah. That's good. Evelyn was really out of position there. She should have been in position.
Oh, his shadow was still on full.
Well, hold on. He's got full. I mean, basically, this is good. You're like, okay, I can kill him. You land your body slam and you kill him. Absolutely. The only way he beats you here is if he shadows to dodge, or does he have flash up? No, he didn't have flash up. So if he shadow dodges your body slam and then gets a shuriken auto on you, he would have killed you. If you land your body slam, you kill him. So you went into this like, alright, I either win this duel by landing the body slam, or I miss the body slam and I lose the duel. So you made the ballsy play. At the end of the day, this is good. Like, yeah, you could have lost it. If you lose it, then you guys lose dragon. But like it was, I'd say it's like a 50-50 shot.
You also got to be. I really think you got to be safe. You going full peak, because if you don't, Zed is so slippery here. Like Sean said, if he dodged you, or if you just missed the body slam, his burst is so much greater than yours with the items that he has right now. If you missed one ability, Zed gets his shadow back up with his shurikens and his E, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, you're going from close to half health to no health in no time. Yeah. Which is why, however, the Zed, it's not the best Zed. I don't know why he turned to try and get Blade of the Ruin King on you, just set you up for your body slam. Mm-hmm. It was dumb on his part, but way to take advantage.
Yeah, good
just
job.
Be careful. A better Zed, you do not chase that.
Yeah, a better Zed, you don't chase that. But like at the end of the day, I'd say it's a 50-50 shot. Like, good job losing or winning the duel. You guys are chasing too far. Just this is not a good decision. You should be right here doing dragon immediately. Their fed mid laner, who has 6 of their 9 kills, is dead. Their jungler is dead, and their AD carry is dead, and their Vladimir is busy getting his butt pushed in by a Malphite in the
By
top
a
lane.
Malphite.
So, yeah, there's
By a
absolutely
Malphite, dude.
there's absolutely no reason to be chasing this. Like, this is pure bloodthirst right now. You should just be doing Dragon. You should be doing Dragon. Most of you are half HP, around half HP, or just in general have taken some damage. You do Dragon, you back, then you make a team play. This is too much aggression. Especially if Thresh pulls you here, he can actually kill you. Actually, score to kill you, yeah. So, there you go, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So, speeding up, again, we're focusing on Yasuo.
I think Kai knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I think,
No,
yeah.
I've played with Kai enough to know that.
Yeah, Kai's like,
I'm pretty sure Kai's like, yeah, I'm going to go in, and he's going to be me here.
It's like, I've made a mistake.
And then as soon as he got flayed and ulted, yep, that was it.
Yeah, this Dragon still being up is a big, it's just pure mistake. That should have been the first thing you did after winning a team fight. I mean, you guys know this. I know for a fact Mr. R and Kai know this anyway, and Ryan does as well. I don't, Mike, I haven't played with you enough. Joey, I haven't played with you enough to know this. But your first thought after you win a team fight,
what objective?
Yeah, what objective do we take off this? Period. And sometimes that objective, like, let's say you've already, like, you're late game and you've already taken, or let's say you're mid game and you've taken the inner turrets already, and Dragon's down. All right. Maybe you win a team fight and there's no obvious objective for you to take. Then you get deep wards in their jungle. You get deep wards in their jungle. You back with the gold you have. All right. You still got an advantage out of the fight. You back with the gold you have, and then you go for a different objective. You go for a different fight. You push what you haven't gotten yet. But in this case, it was very obvious, right? You win a team fight. Dragon's right here. You just take Dragon. Was the wave pushed up to this turret all the way?
No.
Okay. No, it wasn't. Maybe if it was, you say, oh, maybe this turret's half HP already, and the wave's pushed up to it. Maybe then we can rotate up as 4 people, kill this turret, and then Dragon. Okay? If the death timers are long enough, you can do that. But this early in the game, you didn't have a wave here. The Dragon was right there. There's no reason you couldn't just do that. Okay, so I'm just going to So I missed all that. I apologize. But honestly, it just looked like Kai blew his full combo, almost won the duel, and Zed slipped away. So I'm not gonna nitpick, especially since I'm not. Honestly, Kai, you're definitely a better Yasuo player than me. So in terms of Yasuo mechanics, I'm not gonna try to comment.
This is not a bad call.
No, definitely.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I would say do drag. Let her come to drag.
Oh, dude, if you see, okay, this is interesting. So, no, hold on. I'm gonna really quickly point a few things out here. This particular person is a moron. Is the first thing I'm gonna point out. You guys are absolutely correct in going down to punish an overextended Vayne. So first and foremost, this is correct. You go down, you're like, Vayne is pushed up to Kingdom Come, and Dragon is still up. Let's go kill her and then do Dragon. That is the absolute right call.
So. Okay.
I think so. I don't know why you're here, Ryan. I mean, I'm assuming you're trying to kill this guy. If you are good, I don't think it's worth it for you to be up here. If you rotated up here so that you could push down top lane with Malphite, okay, cool. But if you guys are trying to make a Dragon play, you should be down here. And if you're trying to make a top lane play, that should be 2 separate plays you make at different times. Okay, especially since you're a huge portion of the team's damage right now. So if you're trying to burst down an objective like this, I think you should definitely be somewhere not
I also wouldn't be their jungle side.
Yeah.
And with that top turret still up, that's not a good spot for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Vlad was 12 HP or whatever. And now Malphite, and even just looking at the minion wave, it's already pushed towards your side of the map.
Yeah.
It's really not a good spot for you to be in. It's
here
asking to get picked.
Because you don't know where Eve is.
You don't know where at this moment in time, the only person you know where they are. There's 3 people you know where they are.
You know Zed and Vayne. But you know Vlad's low.
Yeah.
So, realistically speaking, there's a low chance of you getting killed being here, but what are you really doing here? Like what are you going to accomplish by being here? You're going to push down top with Malphite? Look, this top lane, first of all, I know I was talking about top lane later, but this turret should already be gone. If freaking Vlad is 0-5, which I think he is, yeah, if Vlad is 0-5, this turret should be already dead. You should, with your team, if Dragon is up, you make a team play for Dragon. You focus a tower after you take Dragon in this scenario. Kill Vayne, Dragon, you should be here, burst this down, y'all back, then you worry about taking down top inner. You only make a play at taking a top turret, whether it's this one or this one, you only make a play for doing that if Dragon is not up. That's the only time you do that. If Dragon is not up, that's a safe time for you to go top to push this, because a lot of teams will see 3 or 4 people top and they'll say, okay, free Dragon. You guys push this when Dragon's down. You take Dragon first, then you push top. But honestly, this should already be down because Vladimir's getting dumpster. So
let's see what happens. Bot.
Yeah, Kill Bane, good pick, guys.
That's tough.
Yeah, that is tough. So, why can't I pause it? It literally won't let me pause it. I'm frustrated. Wow, that's... So, I'm frustrated because the server, or the spectator thing is lagging out on me. So, Secure Dragon, let's see what happens after this. This is just unfortunate. I mean, this is one of those things that comes with an Evelyn being on the other team. There was always a chance of this happening. You backing there, you knew there was a chance of that happening. If you want to be 100% safe, you walk a little bit further with your teammates, then you back. I mean, there's really all I can say about that. And honestly, Kai, you knew that. Like, that's not news to you. You were just like, I'm cool to back here.
I really don't like backing. I really don't like backing there unless I know that people are down on their team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially if I'm low. You really should never be backing there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When you know, and especially now with how it's set up, that they actually show the guys that are down, how long they're down for. And I know you can see that nobody is down on their team. That's really not a smart place to back.
Oh, this is unfortunate. If Thresh is being this aggressive, you know they have people backing from. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you knew that Zed was gonna be able to kill. All right, so Gragas. Personally, I would have ulted Zed away from Zyra as soon as he ulted her. That's my opinion. Would have used your ult to ult Zed away as soon as she ulted. Or as soon as he ulted
sure what
Zyra.
to say about that.
I wish I could pause it so I could go back and freaking look at the scenario one frame at a time. Oh, buddy, you are asking to get your butt kicked. Again, so you're AP. Oh wow. Yeah, that much HP as AP Gragas, maybe as tank Gragas, but as AP Gragas, you shouldn't be doing that aggressive. You guys have a big lead, too. Realistically speaking, a little too aggressive there. Now I'm gonna back up to the beginning here. Because laning phase officially ended, for sure. I'm going to watch bottom lane. Because a lot of... just looking at the kill feeds, a lot of stuff happens bot lane. So this should be an interesting thing to watch. So, okay. I already discussed what you guys should be doing level 1. You shouldn't be here. And in my opinion, you shouldn't be doing Gromp. Especially since you're against an Evelyn. Think of it this way. If Evelyn does her Gromp and blue buff, and bot lane's like, yo, their bot lane did Gromp. We've been able to zone them the entire early game, and they're still low in HP. There's nothing wrong with Evelyn walking down here level 2 and just ganking you. Even if she doesn't get a kill, like, she's gonna ruin the lane for you. Like, you're gonna have a heck of a time dealing with that. You can't have vision on that. There's no way for you to know she's coming because you don't have pink wards yet. I mean, you just don't. You won't be able to. So, you're taking a huge chance. And not to mention, Mr. Like, mana. Oh my gosh, man, that sucks how much mana you had to use there. I don't know if you start mana pots. You did start mana pots, but even still, my friend, like look at the zone. This Thresh, if he was any good, would be all up in your face right now. There's one pull on Zyra means you're dead. No problem. So I wish I really wanted to be able to pause it. It pisses me off that I cannot, but I'm just gonna deal with it. I mean, with how you guys started doing Gromp, yeah, playing passive and waiting for the lane to push into you. Good job trying to prime up the CS for Ryan, Mr. Ryan. You guys, you're honestly farming their turret.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was good. Oh my goodness,
Ryan, I know you play a lot of ADC, so I don't need to tell you this, but farming as ADC is like unbelievably important. If you fall behind in lane. If you fall behind in lane, and it's to any ADC, it could be Vayne, it could be somebody like Graves, who's mid game, if he gets really strong, is unbelievable with the burst that he can put down. As long as you stick with them in farm or stay ahead of them in farm, it doesn't matter how many kills they have late game. You'll be able to be relevant. That's what I'm seeing.
Something I definitely want to point out in this matchup is, I think back here, I'm not going to tell you what. I'm gonna rewind. Oh, that was too forward. Rewind. Back here.
Where he went out.
Yeah, so,
right.
actually, I'm gonna point out a couple different things. One, Mr. R, you being half HP, you should never be anywhere close to being, like, flash flare or flash pull. The way you play out this after turret, this after turret engage. Alright, so you're a little too far up right now. I realize you're going for poke, but, like, again, I'm giving you criticism based off of what these guys could be doing better. First of all, you're taking cannon minion and minion aggro damage. You shouldn't be that far up. If this Thresh is any good, he is gonna flay and pull you, right? Well, like, if I was this Thresh, I'd be flash flaying you immediately because you're half HP and you're a Zyra and you have how much HP? You have 320 HP. That's crazy low. If he flash flayed you there, one, he forces your flash, and on Zyra, you know how much flash matters, and he probably gets the kill, honestly. Like, or if he flash pulls you, he probably gets the kill. You're too far up. You need a minion between you and Thresh. They're not going aggressive. I don't know. Well, okay, now I know because there's a huge mini wave here, but before they definitely could have gone aggressive here, and it might not have worked out for you. Again, especially since you're Zyra. Like, if they were more aggressive, you would have been in trouble straight up. Regardless, Ryan, good job. It was a good time to poke because you knew Thresh wasn't in range to fool you, and you had vision on the bush. Always get vision on the bush where you think Thresh is going to be if you have a trinket up there. That was too far up.
Good job poking with the Fortress.
His Q.
His Q. Good job poking with Fortress Q. Let me tell you something, that does so much damage and is so annoying. I know just from going against Fortress. If Fortress can land that, health goes down so fast. He gets to the point. Honestly, like Sean said, though, if this...
Oh, Mr. R, not... Dude. Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. It worked out in your favor.
It worked out. Brian was in a good spot to finish it.
Thresh did not use exhaust that fight. If Thresh exhausted Corki there, I think, honestly, that could have been a 1 for none, or they could have potentially killed both of you, honestly. They're just not on the same page. Like, Vayne died with heal, Thresh didn't use exhaust. So, yo, that fight should have gone hardcore in their favor. You guys were way too far up there. Or if you're gonna go really
to be on that side, Mr. R, I know you know this. To be on that side of the mini wave, by their tower like that, not ever a good idea.
Yeah, it's just too aggressive. And realistically, they misplayed.
Especially against the Vayne that has and a Thresh that have the type of CC in a narrow space like that.
If Vayne could, like, flash... I mean... It's not even one of those things where, like... Just don't go that far up. You're just too far up. You gotta... Now, okay, this position, absolutely be getting arrested there. You know Thresh is nowhere close. This is excellent, right? Definitely apply that pressure there.
And stay up in that bush. I'm keep her off farm. Keep her from farming. And when you're doing that, Ryan, you are last hitting the entire time. No pushing away.
Yeah. Good.
Try and kill it.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Even with you getting pulled,
he can't even do anything there because he tries to go in, he's going to die. Because Vayne cannot follow. If Vayne follows, he's going to die.
I don't know what happened there, but see now. Another thing to mention is you guys know Evelyn just killed Gragas here, but you know Vayne back, so it's obviously completely fine that you're being aggressive.
Wow.
That was really close.
Brian, man, if she did not have heals, she would have been dead.
I think so. I don't know if it missed her or not. It might have. But either way, it was crazy close. All right, so, oof, man, this is close. So now that she has a non-zero level of HP, the fact that she's staying, if I'm you guys, I'm very scared about Evelyn showing up. If Vayne is staying with that low of HP, I'm expecting Evelyn to come down.
That's if she comes in the lane, though.
Yeah, if she comes in
the lane. Since she didn't leave tower, nah, you don't have to worry about it. Let me tell you something. One of the biggest implications that a gank is coming your way is if an ADC or a support just lost a trade, but they stay in lane and they venture out from under tower because they're baiting you to go in.
Yep.
You guys have to be careful there.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Ryan, don't waste your trinket ward in this bush. It's not going to help you at all. Just keep it for using in the lane bushes to notice when pressures, because it's Evelyn, so it's not going to see.
Yeah, keep pushing the tower though. That's a
Yep.
good job.
If Vayne just back, I know you're out of mana, but when Vayne gets there, you guys should immediately back off. Unless you have a huge mini wave
I would
back.
say finish pushing that wave, get that gold, back, get some items. I'm pretty sure this is Ryan's first bag.
Yeah, I think so.
It is.
Good job helping him push that
He
wave.
didn't even have to use. He didn't even have to use.
Yep, immediately back. You are backing. You should be backing right now.
Yeah,
you should
that's
immediately
right.
be backing.
I know. I know you're full health. You're full mana. You've been back a couple times already. You should still be back.
Actually, I don't even know if he has been back. Oh, he's been back once. Yeah. Yeah, you should back as soon as your AD carry backs, like that. You back.
And there's
like,
always
back
stuff
off
you
there.
can get. I see you have a vision ward, but you can always get the sight wards somewhere.
And you know a Vayne's not going to push the lane super hard, so it's not like you guys are going to miss out on much by backing there. Now, I don't blame you for staying, but if you're going to stay, you can't be in a position like this. Like, oh, this Thresh.
It's so
Yo!
bad.
You
Mr.
should
R,
be
you are-
so dead, yeah.
You're about to die now.
You
were asking.
I mean, oh man, listen to me.
Yo, keep fighting. And it's a double. It's a double. Keep going.
Is it a
He
double?
can't fight
Is he
you.
going to get it? Is he going to get it?
He can't fight you.
Oh, the flash. Has he got another rocket?
Great job.
I'm going to back up and watch that again.
Great job,
That was
Ryan.
awesome. So, okay, Mr. Dude, yeah, here you have to just walk straight toward your tower. Like, immediately. I know you don't have flash, but I mean,
Okay, and
walk
let me tell
away
you
from
something.
Vayne.
You got out of the jaws of death.
Yeah.
You
And
just
go back in.
and the Thresh is basically going to let you off if you go back in. I know you get away with it because I know you're trying to bait for Brian to get there, but Brian is still way too far away
Honestly,
for you to be going in.
honestly,
right
they misplayed a little bit here. Hold on. Watch this whole exchange.
now. Yeah, because freaking Vayne. Right?
I just want
Right
to
there.
fully. I wish I could pause, but I can't. I'm hitting the pause button because of I'm not standing up like this. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe you went back in. Like,
Look how much damage you took just from the threat.
okay.
Right?
So, Ryan, I respect you for manning up and fighting this, right? You had the minions hitting them as well. You had no minion aggro. You had full HP. You had just back, so you had the item advantage. Like, I definitely respect you for fighting this. I think, even though they misplayed it slightly, honestly not by much, but even though they misplayed it slightly, I think there's a good chance of you winning that 1v2, considering what you had. I mean, Vayne had a Vamp Scepter. You had a freaking, I'm imagining you got a Phage or a Sheen? Yeah, you had a Phage. So, dude, good on you, man. Like, that was just a good play. That is absolutely just a good play.
Really good play.
Yo, Mr. R! Definitely, what was up? You got something to say? Yeah, go top.
No.
What? Okay, gotcha. Mr. R, I think personally, if you had done the whole, okay, I'm going to put myself way out there and have them come kill me thing, if you had waited 2 seconds to do that and baited them into going all in on you, okay, yeah, this is just, that just sucks. That's one of those things where just like you had to realize it was coming.
They traded though. So.
Yeah.
I mean, that ended up being worth it. You traded. Gragas got shut down cold. But that's just shitty. Just gotta get that MIA.
I don't know. Yeah, if I miss your pings, guys, I apologize. 'Cause I'm looking at so much up here, I miss that you ping stuff. So Kai was like spamming MIA. That's my bad for not seeing that. So I'm not a complete idiot. I
I'm
swear.
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Too, so we're not trying to.
Yeah, Mr. R, if you want to poke like that, that's fine. If Vayne is the only one in a forward position, but if Thresh is in a forward position, you gotta be more careful.
I
Like,
still
freaking-
can't get it.
Oh, dude. Oh, Ryan wants to go in. Ryan wants to go in.
Ryan, go ahead and use
Natural.
your
Oh
ult.
my god, dude.
Go ahead and use your ult if they're open. Like even if that gives it away, go ahead and use your ult.
Yeah, I would go in and throw up there as well.
Like
But-
when you go,
yeah.
can you rewind it to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
point?
yeah. I'm actually gonna look at that. It's coming up right
Okay, let me see. Let me use the.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
right here. If they are over here, you have pretty good vision of where
Does
they
he
are.
though? Does he though?
Oh, wait.
You might
Never
not.
mind.
No, you don't. You don't know where they are.
He doesn't know where they are.
Yeah, you didn't know where they are.
I thought this was your award. That's my
Yeah,
bad.
he didn't want to waste his man. Yo, here, right? Valkyrie in. Yo, right there, you Valkyrie in. You Valkyrie in. Does Zyra have... Yo, Zyra has Ignite? Absolutely Valkyrie in on that. Absolutely. Because you still have Flash. You can Flash to dodge the... Okay, so look. If you're trying to make the ballsiest play possible... Now, hold on. I'm going to back it up again. If you're trying to make the... Oh, I just... If you're trying to make the ballsiest play possible here, okay? I'm going to speed up till we get there because I can't pause because he hates me. Alright. You go for the Q. It misses, but you know exactly where they are. Bada boom, bada bing. When Mr. R... This is really risky by the way. If he tried to Q you there, when he lands it stun, you Valkyrie right next to that punk and point blank all auto her. Point blank, you go all in. She is not gonna win a fight against you with that low HP and she's snared. Heck no. Even if she ults, whatever, dude. You guys have a pink ward for her ult. You don't have a pink ward for her ult. I would, okay, oh yeah, Corky has a pink ward. Yo, nice job there, dude. Either, if you want to drop that down for Evelyn, that's good. Or if you want to save that for the fight with, inevitable fight with Vayne, that's good. This is good aggression. Make sure Mr. R is on the same page as you.
Yeah.
Make sure you're both up in the same spot. Be talking to each other. Be saying like, hey, I'm trying to pressure. Like, pressure up with me, pressure up with me, pressure up with me. Don't do it on your own.
This is a good job zoning right here.
Yeah, this is a good zone. A little risk. Okay, yeah, Mr. R. There we go. Okay, there you go. So, a little too much, a little too far, but hey, you win anyway. Nice. It's a
good fight.
Slightly. I mean, you landed what you needed to. I mean, I don't need to point out that like you could have landed. Hold on. Actually, I want to go back over because I don't want to say something like that.
I think that was really good.
I think it was good as well. Yeah, this is just good. Okay, he's like, I'm going in! So, honestly, like, just make sure you tell Mr. R you're about to Valkyrie in, because he could have been closer, that sort of thing. Nah, that's
great.
not it.
Oh my gosh, that is great.
Yeah, you just went a little far with that. And just make sure you tell Mr. R you're going to do that so he isn't left in the dust like that. Yeah, I mean, this is a good game out of Violent right now. You guys are making it. Again, we nitpick, of course. Like, we're always going to find something to point out. Good job going to kill the pink. Alright, so this is where all that other crap comes into play, where you rotate up. With this low health, Ryan, honestly, as an AD carry, you almost never stay with this low health. Like,
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you're always bad.
But the thing is, looking at who's down and who was down, coming up, if you don't come up, Yasuo probably doesn't get this tower.
Yeah.
So, you know, it ended up working out. You really just gotta, it's just being careful. If you knew who was down, you knew, like, how much time you had, that's one thing.
Yeah. And
so that helped you, but you do gotta be careful, especially as you're the squishy on the team. And
I just gotta point out time and time again that if this Vladimir tried to make any sort of aggressive teleport plays, you guys would have been so much trouble. Now, I know he's dumpstered. I know he's way behind. I know he's dumpstered. But the fact of the matter is, it's still Vladimir. If he ults you, that amplifies the damage everyone else on his team does. That alone is huge. This is a good job roaming down. You're like, all right, Vayne's caught out. We're gonna try to get her. You don't know where Thresh is, so obviously there's a chance of him coming and saving her, which he does. But this is still a good try to pick. Now, when you see this dude, y'all should be real scared. Okay, you should be really scared. Now, not just him, but Corky, you should not position yourself up front. Gragas is exactly what you should do.
If you're staying behind Gragas, that's good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Picking with the ult.
Yep. Okay, I got you.
And this is the fight that we talked
about. I can't.
We already talked about. That is, in my opinion, this is just showing no team synergy.
Oh my god, so close.
No
to
team
death.
synergy.
Yeah.
She ults there. Thresh and Vayne should be coming around. They shouldn't be standing
we don't
there
want to talk
waiting
about
for
their
a
results. We don't want to talk about their results. We know they've played that a little bit. The point is, the aggressive part of this all-in, I'm not sure if we agree with it, but I really like how you guys followed up on it. You know, you're all on the same page. I'm going in, we're going to run after him, right? You didn't leave him in there to be on his own, so you guys did a really good job following up with the aggression. Whether or not the aggression itself, I agree with. Oh, the barrel. Oh, I wanted you to pop the barrel. But just good job. For
where you guys were at, it was a great fight.
Yeah, this is good. And then this is the ball.
To pull off a win in that position, with the type of health you guys had, was
I keep forgetting he's AP.
Yeah, just doing
freaking AP deeps, man. I
Dude,
love it.
I can't believe he turned around. He
Yeah,
was
that's
gone.
just funny. That's just funny to me. You know what? Whatever.
And yeah, we already know.
We discussed team fighting after this. I'm not gonna look at the very end of the video. I apologize for not looking at the end of the video, guys. If I did, it'd be another half an hour, 45 minutes of my time. So that's why I'm not. So don't think I'm hating. I'm sure you guys played the end of the game very well, but at that point you established your lead. My focus is gonna be on what happens early. So I'm gonna go to top lane. Okay, you going to bed? I'm gonna do top lane and jungle, and I'm honestly probably gonna rush him because freaking Mike just dumpsters Vladimir, so there's probably not gonna be much more to talk about. All right, so vision level 1, blah 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 blah. You know what that's all about.
30 seconds.
Dance off. See you. Got some moves.
Minions have
I love it. Oh jeez. All right, yo, slow down. Slow down. So Malphite, early game versus Vladimir. He should outpoke you hardcore. Don't ever use your Q for anything in the early game. Your first point should be an E.
Way too much mana.
Way too much mana.
It was way too much mana to use.
Never use your Q as poke, or even really to farm, unless you're picking up a cannon mini with it. That's always worth it. Like, if you're trying to pick up as much farm as you can actually use your E to hit minions from not a decent range, but like slight range. It makes it a bit easier to dodge the Vladimir poke. Early on, you gotta just let Vladimir push into you. You're not gonna be able to farm safely against him. He'll hit you pretty hard. You just gotta get good at farming under turret. That's really what it comes down to. And then once you get a couple more items, fall. So I didn't even realize the Gragas level 2 gank happened. I don't know why that Vladimir. Oh, you know what? Whatever, man. That's really good for you. Good job of going aggressive on him there after he pushed up like that. I'm glad that worked out. That was a good level 2 gank. That was a very good level 2 gank. You're missing some CS here, buddy. That's all I gotta say. Do not miss that cannon mini. Yeah, 4 CS after a kill like that is really rough, dude. You gotta get better at making sure you secure that CS. Never use your Q to poke. Even though he's low like this. How much mana you have. Oh, okay, so... Oh, you're trying to make a play. You're trying to, like, poke him down and go all in. Alright, I see you. Alright, I see you. So, your whole strategy was, yo, I am going to poke him down with Q because I know how low he is, whatnot. I'm still going to point out, I'm glad it worked. But if he wasn't super behind like that, don't use your Q to poke. Also, I got to point out, you have 7 CS, CS12. You should never be this behind in CS. I highly recommend you go Negatron Cloak and go Abyssal Scepter first against Vladimir. I know you want to go Roa, at least I think you're going Roa, but I highly recommend going Abyssal first against Vladimir, even though you're dumpstering him. If you want to go Roa every single matchup, no matter what, that's honestly fine. I'm just giving you the ideal item you want to build first. So, you knew he was low, he wasn't, I mean, he's behind, so you're like, alright, I'm going to let him take a bunch of minion damage and then bop him in the face. I can respect that. There you go. See you? God, hold on a second. Why are these Qs doing so much freaking damage? Oh. He has like no MR. Okay, that explains it. Nice. Alright, I'm all about that. How much AP do you have? That's a better question. I'm trying to figure out why you do so much freaking damage, man. I'm loving it. You don't have that much AP either. You're just swagging out. Are you maxing Q? You are maxing Q. Okay, so you're like, alright, I'm ahead in lane, I'm gonna max Q, I'm gonna go all in. That, dude, alright, you know what? I respect you for it. I'm still gonna say maxing E first on Malphite is always better. Unless you're trying to cheese him like this. If you're trying to cheese him like this, I mean, you're oob now, but like, if you're trying to cheese him like this, dude, I'm all about it. Like, if you're trying to carry, you're gonna try to kill this guy. Alright. But the truth of the matter is, you're usually not gonna be able to finish him off. As I say it, you kill him. You're usually not gonna be able to finish him off if you max Q and go aggressive like that. It is absolutely working right now, and that is awesome. And if you get in a position where you're as head as you were because of level 2 gank, you can try to do it again. It will work less of the time than if you just consistently go E, farm, right? Farm, and then go for aggression once you get your first item. That's my opinion. Because if you're ahead that much, honestly, Malphite scales way harder than people think he does. Malphite's like hitting OP right now, like no lie. He's getting played in Korea like a ton. At least I think it's Korea. It's either Korea or China. He's getting like picked banned. So I love that you're good on him, and I love you have some confidence like this. So nice work so far. And you have a CS lead now. Thank goodness. You're actually farming much better, which I love to see. I feel this is funny to me because I feel like I just said like, oh, you should be doing this, and then the thing you're doing ends up getting you a kill. It's just one of those things where you never see people maxing. Oh my god! All right, so this is great. You have a huge lead, dude. You absolutely go punch him in the face. Absolutely, you go punch him in the face. Oh, except yo, when you force his pull like this, you just let him walk away. You just let him walk away. You don't miss a CS for that. Good job forcing flash though. Now, the reason I tell you let him walk away is as soon as he walks back up, then you go all in on him and he doesn't have pull, and then you just kick his butt. Yeah, either way, I think you're just waiting for your ult right now so you can kill him again. Oh my god, is it up? Oh my god, dude. If he shows his face, you go wreck his day. Boom. There you go. Nice job getting that central E. I love Malphite. I play way too much Malphite. This is good. Oh, all in him. As soon as he walks up, you all in him. Yep. Man, I don't even feel like I need to watch this anymore. Oh, that is not true. I absolutely need to watch this. Because look. At this point in the laning phase, alright, I have one lane. Okay? Your priority should no longer be to kill Vladimir or to farm. Your priority is now, how can I help my other lanes win even harder? Okay, Yasuo is a little behind. These guys are a little behind. You have two options, okay? Your options involve you pushing into the lane for both of them, or you pushing into the tower for both of them, and A, walk to mid and gank it. Or B, push this tower super hard and immediately teleport into fights. Top lane wins other lanes for them by teleporting into them, alright? So now that you've won lane in the 1v1, you've clearly established dominance. Your goal should be try to help other lanes. Walk down here, gank mid. If you have to, you can teleport back to your turret. Or you push this lane super hard and then teleport bot. Or teleport to drag. You've got options, man. You've got options. Speed up. Either way, Mike, you're doing a really good job. The Q Max. It's so funny to me. I think you're starting to see what I mean by the Q Max though. Like at a certain point, Vladimir has too much sustain to deal with it. Or too much sustain for it to matter that much. Your poke is going to be negated by his sustain. You just have so much mana, I love it. Love it. Catalyst is so good, man. Oh, when you're winning lane, Catalyst is perfect. So okay, I've come to a realization. I don't play Malphite the way you are. I like the way you're playing it. I don't play it that way, but it's working. If you want to win lane and kill this guy, Catalyst first is definitely the way. You get mana, you get your sustain, you can constantly Q because you get the sustain from your Catalyst passive, mana that comes with. I like it. If you're going to play this way, max and Q, and you want to buy Catalyst, go for it. But if your early game doesn't work out the way it did, okay? Negatron, definitely the first item. Negatron, absolutely. That level 2 gank, one lane so hard, I love it. You're using your lead, it's perfect. But if it doesn't turn out this way, Negatron it is. Oh, see, now you're oh, see, now it comes a problem. Now you want to back after you push this wave in. Back as soon as you push this wave in. I think you probably do. Dude, don't miss CS, man. That was a good CS you got there. Oh, okay. Oh, low. Alright, I see you, dog. I see you. You're out.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, that's good. I don't really have anything else to say about that. So, you know, here is a good time for you to teleport back. This is a very good time for you. Oh, actually. Braga's going in. Oh, that was a good barrel. Oh, no. Oh, man. Honestly, I can't really fault you too much for that. As soon as Vladimir pulled and you didn't have anything off cooldown, that's when I would have backed off. But that was a ballsy play. Yeah, it's basically as soon as your full combo was down and you knew they weren't low enough to insta-give with your other stuff, yeah, I would have immediately backed off there. That was a ballsy play there, man. Good try. Oh, yeah, so just push. Alright, do you have points in E? You gotta put at least 1 point in E by now, dude. Or a W, sorry. W helps you push the lane a little faster. Get a point in W, I'd say level 5. Level 5, put a point in W. Get mad at. Oh my god. So, Good job forcing pull there. If his pull is down, honestly, you should be walking up to him and constantly fighting him. Like, if his pull is down, fight him. All the time. Because it matters so much. It sucks you don't have TP right now. Oh, also, if he starts to teleport, you should ult him to stop his teleport no matter what. No matter what. Now, he doesn't here because he's a bad team player. But, oh, this is what you should do. Yeah, give him the business. Give him the business. Attaboy.
Shut down.
Just make sure you don't miss the cannon minion. Or don't miss farm in general while you do that. As soon as he walks up again, you ult him immediately. Oh, it's right now. Yeah. There you go. Now, I have to admit, if he's a good Vladimir player, he will pull your ult. So what you have to do is you have to keep trading it with him like you were, and then wait for him to pull, and then use your ult as soon as his pull ends. But right there, I think you had confidence that you're the better player, and he wasn't that good of a Vladimir, so good job going aggressive there. Good job. Alright, let's see. Really isn't much to talk about this. At this point, you dumpster them. Push, 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 push. Where's your teleport back up? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, you should be backing right now. You don't have the mana to do it now. You just gotta back. You just gotta back and walk. Yeah, you should be backing right now. If you'd backed immediately, well, actually, you know what? No, I respect your choice to stay. Because if you backed immediately, then you would have missed out on some of his farm. I mean, if Vladimir wanted to go really aggressive on you, he could be, like, poking you off this really hard. So it might not have worked out for you. But you have no mana, man. You can't help the boy here. I don't know. If your plan was to stay for this wave, ask your jungler to come help you cover.
Your team's turret has been
But you
destroyed.
can't ask your jungler because Dragon's still up. So, yeah, you should have backed. I'm going back and forth on what I think. If you have no mana and the Vladimir has a huge lead on you and the wave hasn't pushed into you yet, I would have backed you. That's my thoughts on that. Or have freaking Corky who's already good at covering, which is just awkward, you know, whatever. Okay, so unfortunately after this there isn't much I can talk about in terms of what you should be doing. I mean, I'm sure that team fight stage comes around. Oh, Ryan, that was. You missed your ult shot there, but that was really good. I'm gonna watch that again. That was cool. That was just really cool. I just wanna watch that again. Alright, I gotta go to the
Your
leg.
team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright. Vladimir's like, Wild Corky's appeared. They give him the business. Oh, Corky's wants to give him the business. Oh! Okay, I see you. Good job backing off from the pull, and you get the Valkyrie damage on him. Oh my god, it's dirty. I love it. That was very well played, dude. That was super good. Okay, so other stuff happens. Is that a Malphite teleport? Oh no, I gotta go back and watch my boy. I need to see what happens. You guys do dragons like we do. Kai unfortunately dies. It's a major bummer. I'm watching my boy Malphite.
Red team's
Rumble
turret
at the
has been
lane.
destroyed.
Alright. Oh my god, stop! Oh my god, the glitches. No, a glitch. Guys, I'm sorry. My spectator thing is really screwing me. I have to watch Malphite walk out again. Okay, wow. Go out, Malphite. Go. No. Faster.
Red team's turret.
Okay, let's go now. I watched this fight earlier. We already talked about this. Malphite's like, nah, dog. Don't go nowhere. Oh, dude. You ulted for that? Come on. Don't waste ult. You could have potentially made a pick here if they didn't know you were following. Don't use ult for that, dude. You had the kill. You need to hold on to that shit, alright? Oh, excuse me. Pardon my language. Alright, so here on out, we discussed everything as best I can. So now, I'm gonna back up. Do jungle. beginning, because I think he had some good plays. I think he had some questionable ones. But overall, it's going to be a fun game to watch for him. Okay, so jungle is first clear. Dun, 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 dun. Joey goes. Boom, bada bing. Alright, scuttle. Oh, the level 2. Oh, let's see. That was a good, for the record, buddy. I already mentioned it, but that was a very good decision. Vlad pushes up. You're level 2. You got mana. Malphite's got stuff. You're like, yo, Malphite's got my slow. Get in there, I'm going to help out. I'll burn some flashes. I'm going to get a kill. And you do exactly that. I love it. Now, one thing you have to recognize is that Evelyn, if she's smart, will go steal your red if you do that. But for some reason, she's doing... She went straight from... Oh, no, I'm an idiot. I forgot they stole your red level 1. Okay, so... If you ganked top because you knew they stole red... Oh, that's why you ganked top. I'm so dumb. You ganked top because you knew they stole your red. That's such a good play. Man, I'm so happy about that. Yo, you were like, okay. They did know because they saw bot lane walk out of our jungle. They had to know. Well, if you did that because you knew they stole your red buff, then props to you, sir. Much respect. That is excellent. If you did it randomly because you felt like it, I almost have more respect for you. Because it's just like, alright, I'm going to do this ballsy thing for no good reason. Which is still a good play because Vladimir pushed up, he's out of position, you went aggressive, I'm all about it, I respect it. Alright, so anyway, moving on. What do you do now? What do you do now, you raspy rabbit? There you go, alright. This is thrilling to watch. Okay, come on, run your butt out of here. Where are you going? Hey, you should immediately be going to mid lane right now. You should immediately be going to mid lane right now. Not to try to kill Zed, but to cover. You should... Oh, absolutely not. You should absolutely not be here. Absolutely not. You should have immediately went to cover. Look, because you're not going to kill him, dude. You missed out on a good number of CS in this lane. You missed out on a lot of XP in this lane by not immediately covering it. Hey, Zed's not going to stay there and let you bop him in the face. So yeah, you should have bailed. Unless, I mean, maybe if you had red buffs, you knew you could stick to him, but dude, like, there's no chance of you killing this guy. You need to just be covering mid and getting the gold. There's going to be a lot that gets, I mean, not now, because Kai's coming back to catch it, but you missed a lot of CS, or just XP and ammo over that turret. You get so close to killing here. You get so close. There's not, I mean, it was a ballsy player, like, maybe my last auto's going to get him, but just a little off. Just a little off. Guys, I have to admit, I'm getting super tired. It is dang late when I'm doing this, so I'm like barely waking up. But good job counter jungling here, knowing Evelyn is mid. It's a smart play. The thing is, as soon as she leaves mid, I don't know if you underestimated your damage or what, or overestimated your damage or what. I agree with you counter jungling, but I think you should have counter jungled Grom instead of Wolves. Wolves was too aggressive. You knew Evelyn was coming. Okay, maybe you went there thinking she'd rotate top after covering mid. I said counter jungle is a good idea. I still agree with that. If she's covering mid, you counter jungle. But the Gromp is easier because you can just body slam over the wall and then walk away. Wolves, you put yourself in a really rough spot. So I would have walked in, checked Gromp. Gromp's still not there. I'm not going to do Wolves because Evelyn could leave mid and come catch me there. So a little too aggressive there, my friend. Although, you know, I like that you're trying aggressive plays. I like you're trying aggressive plays. Tell me you bought a pink ward. Tell me you bought a... Tell me... Do not buy a pink ward. Buy a pink ward! You're against Evelyn! Even if you're not against Evelyn, you buy a pink ward. Oh, wow, okay. Give it a biz. Get out of here. Alright. So at this point, you're behind. So unless it's an obvious gank, if I were you, I'd be farming a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. You get the ward notification. So you didn't see it in this bush, you didn't see it in this bush, you know it's in this bush. Unfortunately, it expires. But you still can mark that and say, hey, there was a ward in that bush last night. Now you do blue buff. Hey, when Yasuo roamed, you should have covered mid. I already mentioned that earlier.
Blue team double kill.
Chasing this isn't really going to get you anywhere, unfortunately. If you're setting up for Dragon. Oh, and then from here on out, I already talked about what happened. You do Scuttle. Oh, this is awful. Oh, man. Is that... Oh, you better have been screaming to Ryan to get the heck out of there. Yeah, there was. Bop. Okay. But yeah, good job picking up the kill. Ryan, I'm assuming you were telling Ryan to get to the cabin there, so. Wow. So let's move on to red. I would do a full clear. Yeah, clear of like the back. I'd probably do frogs as well in the back if I were you. And Kai should have been telling you he needed covering there. So you should have been backing like right after red buff because Kai told you to, and then walking to mid to cover it. That would have been the ideal situation. Alright. Oh, dude, soak up this.
Red team's turret has been
Actually, no, good job rotating top. Oh man, this is where I would have turned around. You didn't even had Vlad ult on you, so you were gonna pop for a bunch of damage. Absolutely should have turned around there. That was a close call, but a little too aggressive, dude. Just a little too aggressive. You gotta know your limits. You gotta know your limits. The initial initiate was smart. After that, you knew it wasn't more doubtful. All right, so I mean, honestly,
Red team's turret has been
lane phase is
destroyed.
kind of over now, so I'm probably gonna cut this off. This is the fight I told you guys about. I like the aggressive. Did you have ult there? No, hold on. Did you have ult? If I were you, I would have ulted Evelyn into your team. I know that seems ridiculous, but I would have ulted. I mean, her ultimate was down, so you could have just ulted her immediately into your team and then bursted her from 100 to 0. After you did that, you could have done dragging completely safely because she was down. And then this fight wouldn't even have to happen. I know it works out, and that's awesome. I'm glad this goes well. Legit. This is good stuff. But if you just ulted Evelyn back in your team immediately, you're gonna catch. You guys get free dragon, and then you don't even have to worry about having to skirmish break. Right here, you should be calling for drag. After you kill Zed, definitely call for drag after you kill Zed. Immediately, like, dudes, let's go. Look, come on, get down here. Look, I need your help. Let's go. Go, come on. I mean, Kai's too busy dying on a turret, but dragon should be called there. Push mid, good call. And then do your move up. And you do it. Yeah, the dragon should have taken care of by now. At this point in the game, this is where I'm going to cut it off. Laning phase is about over. But that is all I got for this one. Hey, please give me some feedback on things I can be doing better when I do these videos. Honestly, this one I'm super sleepy, so that might have a negative effect on it. But I want to give you guys as good a feedback as possible. Ask me for specific things for me to look for, and I'll try to look for them next time I watch the video. I really appreciate any kind of feedback you got from it. I hope you get something out of these. So that's all I got. Have a great day.